This is Al Brooks. Thank you for watching the Brooks Trading course. This video is about the setup that I use every day when I'm trading. This is a picture of me inside my office, and you'll see there are two laptops in front of me. I use this one for trading, and that one I use for the chat room. It has a couple extra charts, 15-minute chart, 60-minute chart, and a daily chart. And I keep the blinds closed. Actually, I have shutters. I keep the shutters closed. And I don't take calls except for my kids, and I certainly do not watch television. I always ignore the news, and I certainly ignore the pundits on television. I don't want any distractions, and I don't want to hear anybody else's opinion. And I am very focused when I'm trading. My goal is to take money from your account, from everybody's account, and put it into my account. And your job is to take money from mine. That's the game that we are both playing. On my 5-minute chart, which is the chart I look at all day long, you see that there are some lines. This blue line is the 20-bar exponential moving average. And then I have another blue line down here that is dotted, and that is the 60-minute 20-bar exponential moving average plotted on the 5-minute chart. I wrote a TradeStation indicator, which I will show you in a couple minutes, that plots the 60-minute moving average, the 60-minute 20-bar moving average on the 5-minute chart, and it's very accurate. And then this other line, I don't pay as much attention to it, is the 20-bar exponential moving average on the 15-minute chart, again plotted on this 5-minute chart. Now look at this. Here's my chart. And this might be your chart. And you say, wait a minute, Al, all my bars are above the moving average and a lot of your bars are below the moving average. What's going on? And one of the things could be that you're using a 24-hour chart, a Globex chart, but I only use the day session chart. So my moving average is calculated on bars that do not include the Globex session. Especially in the first hour or so, the moving average is very different on a Globex 24-hour chart than it is on a regular trading hour chart. And also, you may be using quarterly charts based upon December or March or June or September, and I use continuation charts. So if you see differences between my charts and yours, those are probably the reasons why. This is my setup when I'm trading the euro versus the dollar and all forex pairs. And you can see there are 3 lines on the chart. Again, this is a 5-minute chart. If you're ever in my trading room, my screen looks something like this. Sometimes I change it, but basically this is my screen. I have a 5-minute chart. I pay a lot of attention to trend lines, measured moves, and prior highs and lows. And you can see the 3 moving averages, the 5-minute 20-bar exponential moving average, and then the moving average on the 15-minute chart. And then this blue dotted line is the 20-minute moving average on the 60-minute chart. I have a 60-minute chart here, a 15-minute chart here, and then a daily chart of the E-mini here, and then weekly and monthly. The screen that I now have, I don't show the weekly and monthly charts because the screen is too crowded. I mentioned that I wrote a formula or an indicator in TradeStation that allows me to plot pretty accurately the 60-minute 20-bar exponential moving average on a 5-minute chart. You cannot simply copy this and paste it into TradeStation because of hidden formatting codes. So you have to type it out, every little character one at a time. This is a comparable indicator. It allows me to plot the 15-minute 20-bar exponential moving average on the 5-minute chart. If you're not comfortable with code, or if you have a different broker and a different charting package and different indicators, you can approximate the 60-minute exponential moving average on the 5-minute chart by using, on the 5-minute chart, an exponential moving average set to 240 bars. There are 12 5-minute bars in an hour times 20 bars, so 240 bars on the 5-minute chart gives an approximation. Without going into the math, that number is always too high because on the 5-minute chart, you have a lot of overlapping bars, and the 60-minute chart only looks at every 12th bar on the 5-minute chart. So the number is never 240. You're actually better off using a smaller number like 220. That is a more accurate number if you're trying to get an approximation of the 60-minute moving average on the 5-minute chart. And the same is true for the 15-minute. You can say a 15-minute is 3 times bigger than a 5-minute, so 3 times 20 is 60 bars in your indicator. But because of overlapping bars on the 5-minute chart that get ignored on the 15-minute chart, using a number smaller than 60 is more accurate. 50 is usually better than 60. I also look at daily charts, and on the daily charts, I do look at the 20-bar exponential moving average quite often, but when I'm trading stocks, I add simple moving averages as well. For example, a 200-bar simple moving average. If this is the daily chart, that would be a 200-day simple moving average. Here's a 150-day moving average there. And the pink line is a 100-day simple moving average. And then this faint gray line is a 50-bar simple moving average. And they're there because a lot of stock market traders trade them. You can see how the market hits the pink line, the 100-bar moving average, and goes up, goes up, it goes up. And then here it fell below the 100, but turned up at the 150. When I look at the Euro daily, weekly, and monthly charts, and these are the 4 that I typically look at, I have to say that I pay much less attention to these moving averages on the daily, weekly, and monthly Forex charts than I do on stock charts, because I think Forex traders pay less attention to them. This is Al Brooks, and thank you for watching the Brooks Trading course. This video shows my setup.